Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. And before I start, once again, gratitude and thank you to everyone who watched and liked the previous videos and subscribed to my channel. Thank you so much for the support and encouragement. So today in this lesson, we are going to be talking about the past perfect tense, the third tense in the past. So what is the past perfect tense? When is it used? This is quite tricky because the past perfect tense has many different explanations in different resource material. But going by the most reliable ones, I would like to mention that the Cambridge Dictionary refers to the past perfect tense as being indicative of any activity or event that had already been completed at a certain time in the past before another action taking place. So basically, what we need to understand here is that first, the past perfect tense is used to talk about an activity or an event that was completed by a certain time in the past, and the nature of that activity cannot be recurring. It is an activity that started and got completed by a certain time in the past. So it cannot happen again. That's one thing about the past perfect tense that we need to remember. Second thing is that for sentences that are more complex, where we talk about two activities simultaneously and both activities are about the past, we refer to the first activity or event in the past perfect tense and the second activity or event in the past indefinite tense. So how we are going to understand that will be through some rules and examples, which I'm now going to talk about to make it a little more simple. So we need to remember that there are three major rules that we incorporate when constructing sentences in the past perfect tense. The first rule is for the affirmative or the assertive sentences, of course, where with any singular or plural noun, that means I, you, we, he, she, it, or they, you will have to use had. So it is I, you, we, he, she, it, they plus had as combination, and then the verb in third form and then the object. So that's rule number one for affirmative or assertive. Now, coming back to the definition, the first thing that I mentioned was that the past perfect tense is used to express or talk about activities that had gotten completed, that activities that were completed by a certain time in the past. So here, I had finished my homework by 10 p.m. That particular day, when I'm talking about completing my homework at or by 10 p.m., that day can never return again. So this is what I mean when I talk about something and I indicate that it is in the past perfect tense. She had passed her graduation in 2016. So the year 2016 cannot come back again, and the person who I'm talking about cannot be doing her graduation again. I mean, unless it is an extremely rare circumstance, of course. So he had won the cricket match for his team last year. Again, last year can never return again, and the match had already been won. They had completed their assignment by the time assigned. So whoever they are had completed their assignment in the given time frame or within the given time deadline. So this is rule number one for affirmative or assertive. Some more simple examples. He had drunk his coffee by the time we reached. She had already eaten her breakfast when we met, or by the time we met. They had finished all their work as we reached. So these are some more examples. for the assertive affirmative sentence in the past perfect tense. Now, rule number 2, which is commonly used, the negative rule, it would be subject, which is the singular or plural noun pronoun subject, plus had, once again, followed by not, and then verb in third form, an object. So they had not completed their homework or assignment by the time we reached. She had not eaten her breakfast when I went there. He had not drunk his coffee before the meeting. We had not completed our assignment within the given time frame. So these are activities which had not been completed within that time frame which I mentioned towards the end of the sentence. Now, one interesting thing to note here is that we use not to say not, N-O-T, not is applied here when we want to say that something had not been done within a stipulated time frame in the past. We can also use never to indicate that it had never been done in the past. Like, she had never been to college. They had never eaten sushi. We had never swum at the sea. So these are some things, some sentences that indicate that an activity or an event had never taken place. So moving on to rule number 3. Rule number 3 is the interrogative rule. Again, in the past perfect tense, this particular rule is also commonly used. Had she eaten her dinner by 6 p.m.? Had they attended all the lectures? Had they drunk their coffee before the meeting started? Now note here that had they drunk their coffee, the first part or the first activity is in the past perfect, and the second activity before the meeting started is in the past indefinite. That is what I meant, that the past perfect tense refers also to an activity or event that had been completed already before another activity taking place in the past. And that definition was strictly in accordance with the Cambridge Dictionary. So that's how we use the 3 basic rules for the past perfect tense. Additional information is available in the description box, and I hope that I could simply explain how the past perfect tense is used. For any mistakes or discrepancies in the video, I apologize in advance. Any external distraction anywhere around this place. But yes, I will try to provide as much detailed information as I can in the description box. So do follow that. Everybody who want to clear their concepts, particularly the grammar concepts for forming better sentences, do follow, like, share, and subscribe. Thank you once again.